Good morning, students. Today we want to take a look at step 9 of the accounting cycle, which is the post-closing trial balance. Okay, let's take a look at the cycle down here. Now, we've gone all the way around, and in Tuesday's class we did closing entries. I want to take a look at posting those entries and then preparing this post-closing trial balance. Okay, now let's go to Wolf Den and see what you need here for this material. Let's come down to Test 2 material under handouts. Okay, you need to get a blank form. And the blank form you need is the very last one. So if you scroll all the way down through the forms that are available, we've used all of these throughout the course of this cycle. We've done the closing entries, and now you need what's called the post-closing trial balance. Okay, so print off a couple of those, and then we need to get out your work that we did for Net Solutions, the closing entries, and I've posted it. If you didn't keep up, closing entries for Net Solution. Okay, this is what we did Tuesday in class. And then you also need a copy of the T accounts. Okay, so let's find the T accounts, not the trial balance, Net Solution, journal entry, and T accounts posting. Let me scroll down. I'm looking for my little arrow. Okay, you need a copy of your posting with your T accounts here. Okay, so get those forms out, and let's take a look at what we want to do here. Okay, now these are the closing entries that I did in class. I'm going to substitute this with the ones that are showing on Wolf Den. Okay, but these are the ones that I did in class. You can use those. The only difference is the ones that are on Wolf Den already have the posting reference numbers. Okay, so let's get those out. And this is the one that's showing on Wolf Den. You can see it a little better. And this is the Net Solutions T accounts showing on Wolf Den. Okay, now here's the process. We want to post these items. Now, you should have a blank column if you did this with me the other day. Let me just show you again. The one that's showing on Wolf Den that I told you to print out already has the numbers in because I've done the posting. The one we did in class does not. And so you would be filling in these numbers for fast forward. Okay? Now, let's take fees earned, $7,500, and you want to go over to your T account, and you want to find fees earned. That's going to be $441, and the idea is to post that debit, $7,500, and you want to close this out with a 0, and this would be done on November 30th. When you do this for test purposes or for your take-home, you better have a 0 in this account. Then you want to take that number 441 that's up there and take it back and post it where that posting reference is. So that's why we have a 441 in the posting reference. This page had already been done. Okay. Next, take income summary, $7,500 credit. And we kind of did this in class the other day. We set up an income summary account with 901. We put a $7,500 credit. We took the 901 back, look at the number, and it's showing right here under your posting reference. Okay, so that one's posted. Let's do the expenses. Income summary, debit, $4,450. We did this one in class the other day when we set up the account, $4,450, and this is on November 30th, both of these. And we got a balance of $3,050 that represented net income. That 901 needs to be carried back over and put under your posting reference column when you do this for homework. Now, each of these expenses now have to be closed. Wages expense, $2,125, so let's find that. $2,125 is a credit. You want a zero balance. This is done on November 30th. $551 will be carried back over here and put under your posting reference. Next, we have rent expense, $800, credit, zero balance. This is done on November 30th. Number 552, carried back and put under posting reference. Utilities, $554. $450 right here. That's going to give you a zero balance. Okay. Actually, this should have been down here. I'm very sorry. So put it down here by the balance. And this is done on November 30th. The number 554 would be carried back to the posting reference. Next, you have supplies expense, $800. Credit. Go over here, $800. Zero balance. Number 555 is carried back right here. Next, we have miscellaneous, $275. Credit. Zero balance. Number 559 is carried back right here. Okay, now in the third journal entry, income summary, $3,050. We want a debit. That's going to be on November 30th. And what you've just done is you've closed out the income summary account. Take the 901, and it's carried all the way back to your posting reference. This is going to be taken to Capital, C. Clark Capital. So find your capital account. $3,050, what was it, a credit? Let's take a look. Right, credit. So $3,050 credit on November 30th. Now we can balance it out at the end. Okay. Or you could balance it now. That's fine. This would be $28.50. $28.50 is your balance. Take your number, 331, go all the way back and put it under your posting reference column. Oops, right here. Okay, now we have our last entry. This is our drawing. We want to debit C. Clark Capital for $2,000. Now that's going to give us a total balance. It's hard to see, but we have $26.50 here. If you subtract that $2,000 from your $28.50, your balance is $26.50. Now, if you go to your stockholders' equity statement, go to your stockholders' equity statement, that's the ending balance. Okay. Now your number is 331. Take it back. Here it is right here. Okay, the drawing, $2,000. Let's take our drawing account. Right here, we'd already posted it. We zeroed it out. And take your number, 332, all the way back to the posting. Okay? Now, what you've effectively done, if you take a look at your net solutions, what you have done is you have closed out all of the revenue, expenses, all of them should have zeros if you go through. Your withdrawal account should have a zero. All of this was transferred to your equity, which is reflected in your statement of stockholders' equity. Check that balance. Okay. Now, I mentioned to you the only accounts that are remaining would be your permanent accounts. Everything you closed out was temporary or nominal. Remember those words for future multiple choice. So what I want you to do now is to take your post-closing trial balance. Okay, this is a book I'm working with. And I want you to start with a heading. And this is going to be, you can just put the date, November 30th, 2013. And what you want to do is list all permanent accounts. Now, I like to ask multiple choice questions. You have two trial balances. One of them is a regular trial balance with every account, permanent and temporary. This one is post-closing. Post meaning after the closing entries have been made. So post, after, and all you have here are your permanent accounts. Now go through, carry the numbers over. Here's cash, $5,900 as a debit. Okay. You don't have to list the ones with zero balances. Next, you want to go to supplies, $550. Next, you have land, $20,000. Notice these are all assets, so your permanent accounts are your assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Okay. Coming on through, the next account you have is accounts payable with a credit balance. That's your liability, A/P. Okay. And then the final account you'll put there will be your capital account, which is $26,050. Okay. Now get your calculator out, add your columns, because this is a trial balance. They should add. If you add all of your debits and come down and put it under the total column, you should come out with $26,450, $sign at the top and bottom. And then if you add your credits, $26,450. Okay. You have just completed the accounting cycle. That was the last step to make sure everything balances. So now what I want you to do is to go back. You need to pull up, fast forward, take your homework from last night, and you need to get the posting page, the T accounts. You need to get your journal entries from last night. Okay? You need to make sure you go through and post those journal entries. You need to close out the accounts just like we did. And then you need to get one of these forms, the very last one from the blank forms that says post-closing trial balance. Okay, watch for the email. I'll give you further instructions about how to get these to me when you finish your homework. Okay, have a good day. Take care, and we have completed this entire cycle. Goodbye.